stay smooth. Handsome brothers stay set in the mood, but they wanted funky rhymes from the brother so cool. Trying to check the vibes and set the conversation. The keenest minds to find this observation. I'm on 10 podcast, so don't now face it. We'll be the first to declare our greatness. Checking out, check it, I'm checking it twice on the weekly. I'm busting, cause busting is life. If you don't know, now you do though. You should peep game, that'd be cool.
Hold on, I don't know where Keith went.
This happened last time too, right? With
It did,
Nick.
and then they just have to rejoin real quick. But I don't know why that does that when we hit the play record. Anybody tuning in, thank you for joining. I'm not gonna end this. I'm just gonna let him join back in. So I guess, yeah. Because if we end now, we have to just resend the whole thing. So whoever's joining, hello, thank you. Just ask him what happened. Tell him just to rejoin real quick.
I did.
Okay. Drop a comment. Where are you watching from tonight? I guess, should I play some music? Let's just play some tunes anyway, right? Let's play our old one.
Who's ready for the weekly bust? You're in the right place if you came to catch the show. Tithe and Levi are the names of your host. Who the next guest is, I really want to know. Conversation escalating, let's get to the show. Who's ready for...
What the hell happened there?
Should I end this and start over?
Yeah.
All right. Look for us live.
Or wait, well, we'll have to send him a new link, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, so what should we do?
you can link it now.
At this point?
Yeah,
Sorry, we got to end. We're going
you
to...
should have been back then.
We'll be back. Oh, never mind.
Nope.
All right, we're
There we go.
We're gonna just start from 2.
Yeah, and we'll just edit it down.
Booted me.
No, you're good.
I don't know what happened. I just clicked go and it ended you. So let me.
Nah, it happened on my end, I think.
Yeah, it must have. Let me see here.
Cool. So yeah, right at 2 minutes, we'll like edit it down, or 2.5 minutes.
I do it.
It don't matter.
I gotta get our Instagram ready to go again. Here we go. Oh my god. Yeah. You guys could have kept talking.
Cool. Yeah. Well,
I can't see her. I'd rather look at him and know why I'm talking.
yeah.
Thanks.
You excited for the Super Bowl, man?
Yeah, like it's always fun. Like I'm not huge, not a huge football fan. Like I just don't have the time to watch a lot of sports. Like I grew up playing football. Like I like football. But this won't be a good game though.
It's a good excuse to eat a lot of food and drink a couple of beers, I'd say.
Hell yeah.
Okay, for those who are just now tuning in, we're gonna restart this episode as far as we're just gonna get things going as a fresh start. Levi, you're gonna drop our intro. Keith, we're gonna you'll let us go for about a minute and a half. You won't see us, or we won't. Our mics will be muted. So just a heads up. Or here we go on a restart.
Ready, set,
go.
Intro.
Bust water, bust through when bust moves. Stay true to kill it to stay smooth. Handsome brothers stay set in the mood, but they wanted funky rhymes from the brother so cool. Trying to check the vibes and set the conversation. The keenest minds to find this observation. I'm on 10 podcast, so don't now face it. We'll be the first to declare our greatness. Checking out, check it, I'm checking it twice on the weekly. I'm busting, cause busting is life. If you don't know, now you do though. You should peep game, that'd be cool though. Cause your part is crucial, so get on the movement. If you ain't busting, don't know what you doing. Wasting your time and ignoring the truest. Some of the realest, they greatly influence. Kings in Montana creating a movement. Scrapping or rapping or laughing or acting. It really don't matter, cause this is our passion. We busting and trusting. It really is something when it comes to our family. You know that we love them. That's how we roll. Montana in the house and we taking control. Podcast kings in the place to be. We taking over. Just wait and see. Slow down and catch the vibe. Weekly buzz will be on tonight. No bull stay true and tried. It's bus forward, it's ride or die. Slow down and catch the vibe. Weekly bus will be on tonight. No bull staying true and tried. It's bus forward, it's ride or die.
Hell yeah, we got a new sheriff in town, Keith the Rockstar Richardson, joining the bus boys today. How's it going, Keith?
Live.
Going great. How you guys doing?
We're doing great, man. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, but we got them figured out. And now we got her rolling, baby.
Live from our new studio. Let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a temporary background.
This thing
Let's
is
get it.
slapped together for these.
Everything looking beautiful over there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but
if you could see what we're looking at, you would see the best shit ever.
It's the
yeah,
progress that's going to be made in the next few weeks is going to be so sick.
and this is the room that we have here now. It's fucking insane how much more room is
Yeah,
in.
dude.
Like, don't have to squeeze in anymore
Oh,
and
shit.
fucking.
Ah, Keith, what's going on, champ? How you been? How you doing? And how is your vision for the future?
I've been doing good. Just staying on the grind. Smacking people around at the gym. Just getting ready for the next one, wherever it is. I like to stay ready, and I'm always ready to punch somebody in the face.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We have a tradition on the show that we like to do. We like to allow the guests that we bring on to explain who they are in their own words through their eyes, so no one else can tell their story any better than themselves. So, Keith, who are you, my man?
Keith the Rockstar Richardson. I've been fighting professionally for about 16, 17 years. I've been in the game a while. Before that, I was a Marine. Before that, I was a state champ wrestler. I turned down a wrestling scholarship to go to the Marine Corps.
Semper Fi.
I've worked as a bounty hunter.
Yeah.
All the stupid, crazy things you can do in life. I've done a lot of them.
That's what's up, man.
Well-traveled man.
Thank you for your service, first and foremost,
Hell
Mr.
yeah.
Marine.
Hell yeah.
Appreciate it.
Have you ever bungee jumped?
Yep.
Nice.
Shut the fuck up, man. Dude, that's not a yeah you get all the time.
That's not a yeah you get all the time.
I did that when I was drunk in high school at Myrtle Beach and almost walked off the platform without the bungee on.
Damn.
Oh, I'm fucking ready. Extra ready.
There goes my hero.
Oh shit, the rock.
Yeah, just slow mo. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Sounds like you've been a pretty busy dude. So what kind of led you towards the fighting world? What was it like growing up high school wise? You said you wrestled, and then earlier you said you played football. How did that kind of transcend, if you will, into the fighting world?
I originally grew up in New York. I played a lot of hockey growing up. And then I found wrestling. I played a little bit of football back in the day, but I really found my sport in wrestling in high school. Moved down south, and then instead of I had some wrestling scholarships, but I decided to go to the Marine Corps instead. And then when I got out, I was having some serious PTSD issues. I started drinking a lot, started becoming a danger to myself and others. And that's when I found mixed martial arts. I'd always been a fan of the sport growing up, back in the original UFC days. And then, I was watching The Ultimate Fighter, and I was like, you know what, that's cool. I want to give it a try. Walked into a gym, got my ass kicked, and loved it and hadn't stopped since.
Yeah.
Fucking amen to that, bro. I'm glad that you have found your serenity within the combat sports world, because that gives us the opportunity to cover you.
Yeah.
You've been a spectacle since you've been in the ring. Your resume speaks for itself.
Right.
Indeed, it does.
Well, I'm just glad you found that outlet, man. A lot of people, they just kind of, I don't want to say linger or whatever, but they just are scared to look for that. And I'm glad that you went out and got that, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Once you've got that warrior combat mindset, I don't think it leaves you. And if you don't find a positive outlet for it, it's going to turn inward and get real sketchy real quick. Luckily I've found it. I've been able to help others, through it. And, I kind of got into this a little bit because, like in the Marine Corps, there's nothing more, there's no bigger adrenaline rush than a fucking gunfight.
Sure.
And you can start getting fucking addicted to that shit and stuff like that. And if you don't find a positive outlet and something else Like, the closest thing I ever found to, that type of rush is MMA and bare knuckle boxing.
Yeah.
So I got a question as far as where you grew up and stuff. Where did you move it around at all? Did you grow up at the same household? Who are you, man?
I originally grew up in Long Island, New York, and then I moved down south to York, South Carolina when I was 16.
Okay.
So now I'm like this weird crossbreed between a New Yorker and a redneck. Like,
Hell yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Hell
no, that's like
Yeah.
Montanans, man.
Shout out to the Donnie. What up, boys?
What up, Donnybrook? So then, were you right out of high school? You joined the Marine Corps then, or what happened? Where? How long in?
Yeah, it was pretty much right out of high school. I took the summer off to enjoy the summer, and then that next fall I went into the Marine Corps and did that for a little while.
Because it says you're 40, so that would have been what, right at a little bit after the Iraq war and stuff started, or?
It was the thick of things. Like, I did I did tours in Basra, Fallujah, and Ramadi. I did Fallujah and Ramadi when I was with 3rd Battalion, 8th Marines Weapons Company. We were operating. I don't know if you guys have ever seen the movie American Sniper.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, like Chris Kyle and them. We were in Ramadi at the same time, like they were. We did some we did some work with those guys while we were there. So
how'd you get the nickname Rockstar?
Actually, it's funny. I got that after my first Ami fight. I was roadieing for a rock band. I was kind of roadieing for a rock band, but right after the fight, some girl asked me to sign her kits.
Oh,
And
yeah.
after that, it just kind of stuck. And I've always I've always loved music. I always said if I was a rock star, freaking women would throw panties. But since I'm a fighter, men throw punches at me.
So
the punches lead to the panties.
Right.
Yeah, it all came around full circle.
You ever gonna come out in like a fucking bandana like the rock stars? Some like Motley Crue type shit.
That would be awesome.
Playing
some white snake, like fake hair.
I don't know, like right now I've been feeling the cowboy hat on the walkouts.
No, the cowboy hat's good.
That's awesome.
But, we got to get that rock star persona out there one day, right?
Yeah.
Right now you're using that more countryside.
I'll fucking walk out behind you, bro, in an 80s outfit, dude, fake playing a guitar.
Yeah, fake ripping.
So how did the cowboy hat, how did that come? Is that just kind of giving you a little nod towards your southern roots too then, or?
No, actually that was totally it started in Albuquerque when I fought Derek Perez. I had actually a big group of guys that came out with me, they helped corner with the fight and just wanted to come out and hang out and support and stuff like that. So a couple of my guys went out and partook in some of the legalized weed out there, and they all came back with cowboy hats, and one of them was like, "Coach, he's like, if you come out with a cowboy hat, he's like, I'll buy it for you." Freaking, so I was like, "Fucking say less." So went to the store, bought a cowboy hat. It just kind of fit the vibe. All of us, all the cornermen had it.
Oh yeah, you're out west, bro.
Had great fight, 30-second knockout. Freaking out in Albuquerque, New Mexico. It was just a vibe, and it just kind of fucking stuck. And it's just you can't not feel like a fucking badass walking out for a bare knuckle boxing match with a fucking big old cowboy hat on.
Yeah.
Just throwing down like a fucking savage.
John Wayne in it.
So speaking
Hell
of
yeah.
We got a question here in the comments. What's Keith's opinion of Reber's win over Derek Perez on that last weekend, right?
Right.
Yeah, last weekend.
So what's my opinion on the fight? Derek's a tough dude. When I went into when me and him fought, I was expecting a lot more of a war, but we had saw a couple of little things where we knew I could land heavy and hard off the rip. He had a tendency to lean to his, he was a long southpaw that had a tendency to lean the other way, so he can kind of like throw that jab. So we knew if I switched, he'd walk himself right into the shot. Like all fights are different. Like, you can't just say, because I knocked him out in 30 seconds, and Reber had a tough fight. He got dropped in the first, and it took him four rounds to get the job done. You can't say, oh well. So that that means Keith would kill Reber. It just every fight's different, every camp's different. So I don't put too much stock into that. Reber's a dog. He's a tough kid. Right now, he's number one, number two contender, fucking lined up. So I take everybody that's willing to freaking tape up their hands and fucking get out there with me seriously. I want to hold on to that belt fucking.
As far as your rankings go, and then who do you think is coming? Is nipping at your coattail?
Right now, I think Reber, Reber's earned a shot at a shot to punch me in the face. I know I kind of jumped in front of him to get that Reggie Barnett fight. He's had one or two wins since then. I think he's kind of on the biggest streak in the division right now. I'll give him the nod if he wants it. If not, I don't put too much stock in the rankings, and one of the advantages to holding the belt right now is I don't have to fucking call anybody out.
Yeah,
fair point.
They can say my name, and if the contract gets ordered, if the contract gets offered, it's gonna get fucking signed. Yeah,
I was gonna say. Oh, sorry.
No.
No, I just was because there's also Kid Gotti out there too.
Yeah,
I feel like he's on the comeback right now as well.
Would Reggie and also would Reggie fucking run it back?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good fight.
Would you run it back with Reg?
Like I said, I don't care. I know Feldman said they want him to at least get one back just because the fight wasn't that close when we fought. So I think they at least want him to get one more.
I mean, wasn't he BKFC's longest belt holder?
He was. The only other person to ever beat him was Johnny Bedford, and I don't even think Bedford stopped him. So, but I think just the fact that I dropped him 3 times in 2 rounds, and I barely got touched that fight. I think they want him to work, at least get one in between. Especially some of us older guys, I want to make sure that he hasn't dropped off.
Right. Fair point.
Sometimes that's the case, which, I'd be more willing to take that fight too. He said he wanted one after, when we were in the ring after the fight. I was like, absolutely, it would be an honor. That's, it was an honor to win the belt from him.
Yeah, sure. Do you think Reggie had an off night that night, or you just outperformed him that much?
No, I don't know for a fact, but I know the work that I put in. I know the power that I have in that division. I had a feeling going into the fight once he felt my power, and once my my footwork and stuff like that came into play, I had a feeling he was going to have trouble freaking leading into the fight. Few guys in that division have felt that kind of pop on punches. When you watch the video, you can kind of see after that first drop, that kind of wide-eyed look in his eye. What the fuck
you shook the fuck out of him, bro. Yeah.
Yeah. And then even when he came back to the corner, his dad asked him, he's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" He's like, "I don't know."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he didn't give me enough respect to where he was shocked right off that first round.
Yeah.
I agree. Because all those other fights you see with Reggie is usually the more composed and more in control in the fight.
And piecing them up.
Yeah, no, educated hands for a reason, man.
Yeah.
That's why I raised the question whether if he was just having, because let's be fair to Reg, the ex champion here. He I don't know if he was in the mental state to be the champion anymore. I don't know what he had going on in his personal life. But he went absent for a long time. He had that incident. And then this was kind of his return, coming off of all of that. And I think that almost you could see it was almost a decline, in his career. I don't really know.
Yeah.
But you definitely outperformed him and you shook the fuck out of him. You rocked his world. And if that's where you get Rockstar from, that makes a lot of sense.
And I'm gonna say Keith's no slough. He's 4-0. I mean, with that fight against Reggie, he's 4-0 in BKFC. And I was looking you up, and it looked like you had a pretty extensive MMA career, 33 total fights.
Yeah,
22 and
no,
11.
he's no stranger to fighting. Man.
Oh yeah, no, I haven't lost a fight since 2018.
Damn.
Holy shit!
That's a hell of a streak to be
How
on.
many fights in between?
Like with the MMA and the bare knuckle, there's been quite a few, and you watch, even if you look at my last couple of MMA fights, it was Hunter Azure from The Ultimate Fighter.
Mm-hmm.
Took him out in the second round.
That was a submission one, right?
Montana,
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just reading that a little bit ago.
And then there was Daniel Strauss, former 2-time Bellator world champ.
And that was a KO.
Rolling on 6 years right now.
Yeah, TKO.
Yeah.
Took him out in the second round.
Yeah.
There was Jesse Bozzi. The last person I lost to was Patchy Mix.
That's fucking nuts.
Your
resume speaks for itself, man.
Yeah, Bellator world champ, the current Bellator world champ, and probably now they're with PFL, so I want to see how that fight shakes out with him in the PFL champ.
Right. We got a question from Unger Sales. Shout out to Jeff. He says, "You're a dog, but what is your favorite dog breed, and do you have one? If you have a favorite dog breed."
Yeah, it's funny. My mom runs a animal rescue. I currently have one dog. He's a mixture between a Dachshund and we don't know what else he is. Because there was kind of like a gangbang situation with his mom.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah,
you know how those dogs get.
Yeah.
Green pie.
But I'm a big fan of mutts. I also used to have a Dogo Argentino and Argentinian Bull Mastiff.
Nice, dude.
Oh hell yeah.
Dude, those are fucking sick ass dogs, dude.
120 pounds of just solid muscle. I love dogs in general, except for Chihuahuas.
Are you a hunter then? Do you use the Dogo for what it's used for?
Nope. The last thing I hunted were people.
I mean, that's fair enough. I had to ask because of your background. Some background on hunting.
I actually wouldn't mind going hunting sometime.
That'd be
Dude, we should start a
Montana?
hunting
Yeah, I was gonna
retreat.
say,
We got
Montana's the
Mundell
place
wanting
to
to
go
come
for
up.
that.
Kamosi. We need to start a BKFC hunting retreat up here for all the fucking dogs.
The same thing that Chad Mendez got going on. But we do it with BKFC stars.
Yeah,
Hell
fuck
yeah.
yeah, dude.
Because the boys live in Montana,
So have you heard any good news recently? Any fight news possibly? Or are you kind of hoping maybe to get on Knuckle Mania 4? What do you have coming up in the near future? Do you know?
We're working on a couple of things. That's the one problem about holding the belt right now. It makes it a lot more difficult to schedule the fights. I got to bang out four fights in last year, and right now I haven't had one yet.
Yeah.
Right.
When they got to start building the events around you, it kind of makes it harder to get everything lined up. But hopefully I look to get in there soon. I don't want to be one of those passing champs. Just trying to stall out the division and stuff like that. Yeah. I want to stay active. I want to stay fighting. Who knows how long we got left? So I'm gonna fucking run this thing till the wheels can fall off.
There you fucking go. Our talent agent, shout out to our boy Taylor Radway. He came over to the He said, Keith, who is your dream BKFC fight in our Instagram comment?
My dream BKFC fight.
Rather you're a part of it or just watching it.
Yeah, I'll tell you, like, like one of the great matchups that we already have is Mendez Alvarez. Like, I'm friends with Mendez. Like, that was a banger. Like fights like that are always interesting. Freaking trying to think like what could be another one of those.
Right.
What about Hunt versus Hunt?
Hunt versus Hunt. That'd be good, dude.
You know,
that's a pretty good one. I don't know which your dream matchup for me. How about that? I'm gonna put it back on you guys.
All right.
For 135, I would like to see you line up against Reaver. He's earned his way up. I think he's gotten some pretty good fights. I've seen him on the ground. He's gone back up. I mean, Kid's a scrapper, man. I'd like to see that fight happen.
But that's a realistic fight.
That's a realistic fight. Like, let's say maybe a former UFC Hall of Famer or something like that. Like,
oh man,
let's think outside the box. Like, take Nate Shook's job from him for a second.
Dang. I don't know too many UFC people. I thought it'd be cool if you and Kai Stewart met in the middle and fought belt for belt kind of thing.
Hey, that would be a banger.
Yeah, if you guys just meet somewhere in the middle on the weight. I mean, I don't know what they're all trying to do for everyone and whatnot, but I don't know if Kai's gotten any.
I've fought at 45 before. Like, most likely I'd have to come up, which is fine. Yeah. Because
I mean, Perry versus that'd be good. Fuck.
I'd like to see it. Why not the current champ from Montana, Sean O'Malley?
I was gonna say bantamweight, right? But
yeah. I mean, it'd be a cool cross promotion. He's the current champ versus current champ. It'd be dope.
Sean O'Malley.
Because we were just talking about that with Gabriel Roman about the possible crossover or merger, whatever Dana White and David got. If they could do like once a year or twice a year, a cross promotion between fighters, maybe champions, like as exhibition fights.
Yeah, no, that'd be fucking great. Like, especially if they did it like, maybe bare knuckle MMA or something like that, so they can kind of
that'd be so.
Well, I was gonna say, what would? Go ahead. Sorry.
I think I've got like more MMA chops than like most guys out there. Like, hell, my whole MMA career, everybody knew me as a submission guy. Yeah, I think
it'd be fun to see you lined up against like somebody like Peter Yan. Would be an interesting fight.
Oh yeah, no, that fight would be pretty fucking tight. Like
Aljo maybe.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and that's what I was wondering, if they did start doing like a cross promotion thing, like what they would have to do to kind of make it like even for both sides, because Dana's not going to send his dudes out trying to make them look silly.
Yeah. I think if they did any kind of cross promotion, it would probably just be putting BKFC fights on the card or something like that.
Yeah.
Because not everybody like in the BKFC has the MMA accolades like to really compete like on that level. Where like somebody like me beat plenty of current UFC guys like, or former UFC guys like
Right, you gotta have that resume to match the performance. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you just be matching people up.
Yeah.
Okay, so what if we could put you back in MMA and then you versus Demetrius Johnson? Now that'd be fucking good, right?
Who's that?
Demetrius Johnson, Mighty Mouse.
Oh yeah. Mighty Mouse. Oh god, that would be would be a fucking honor. I would love to fucking.
I mean, because he was just so technical, man. He's one of the best, most technical fighters you've seen at the fucking UFC. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's definitely goat worthy.
I love the way that he breaks down fights on streams. That shit's fucking cool. He's dope, dude. I like Mighty Mouse a lot.
Yeah, like super smart, super technical, and and he's got that fucking dog in him too. Like, that's one thing that
traded, bro. Like they're like, we can have no more fights for you. You have to go to one.
I know Jake kind of asked it, but have you heard nothing on Knucklemania 4 or anything like that? Like as far as your...
like there's been some talks about some of the fights on the card and stuff like that. I'd really love to be on there. Been to Knucklemania, haven't been on Knucklemania yet. So I think
have you been to a Knucklemania event?
Yeah, I was cornering Taylor when she had that Chris Singala fight.
That's right. That's right.
Oh hell yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of like that was her first fight for the organization. Kind of made me they'd been asking me a couple of times to fight for them, and like I kept on just taking MMA fights instead, and that was like the first event where I went there and I was like, wow, I was like, okay, they're doing something special, maybe I should get on one of these cards.
Yeah.
A question just came in. Thank you, Jeff. Besides beating people up and being absolutely jacked, what do you like to do for fun?
Yeah.
Don't have it between running the gym and everything. I don't get a ton of free time, because when I'm not training, I'm training other people. I occasionally will I have just this past BKFC that I went to in Florida. I went and had a decent night out, and there were a few parties I went to. Woke up confused and half naked.
Hell yeah. Yeah.
That's the hot tub.
One time with a yarmulke, and apparently one
That's
time with a
Christian every
yarmulke
night.
on my head. I don't know if I converted overnight or something like that, but it was.
He's like, I had some insignia on me. I don't know.
Christian woke up pregnant one time.
Yeah,
Other than that, I like the movie, movies, music. I'm always hitting up comedy shows, shit like that.
Dope.
What I see around Christmas time, we're not talking to you a little bit. Weren't you snowboarding? You're out on a little trip snowboarding and shit.
Oh yeah. We did. Me and a couple of guys from the gym did go skiing. I'm not a big snowboarder. I skated my whole life, so I got to be able to move both my feet.
Yeah.
On what
Because I've
mountain?
got more balls than brains. So I just tip when I'm on a snowboard, I'm still gonna go full send, but then I'm gonna go full crash.
Hell yeah.
Oh, I've done it, dude. I've just fucking laced that bitch forward and just let it rip.
They got the Smoky Mountains over there.
We got some mountains over there.
Because where were you at?
Got
I
another
don't want to say
question.
Virginia. I couldn't remember.
It was close. It was still in North Carolina, but right near that North Carolina Tennessee border area. It's called Sugar Mountain.
That's right.
We got one from Kyle Server. He says, "Who's the toughest fight you've had, and who hit the hardest in BKFC?"
Yeah.
Toughest fight I had was definitely the Scoggins fight.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, we were just a bloody fucking mess. I had that facial vagina on my eye.
Yeah, baby.
That was a good one.
And his he had the Zorro nose because his that was one of the worst broken noses I've ever seen. Yeah, that was why that's why I was up for fight of the year this year. But we beat the shit out of each other. We've known each other for a long time. I'm friends with his family. But especially just that fight just meant a lot to me anyway. Just I lost my father about a week and a half before that fight. So it was just one of those opportunities where leading into it, I got just training for it kept me focused and just kept me from dealing with everything that was going on. And then I just got to kind of unload everything on each other's fight. We just kind of unloaded everything on each other's faces, which that came out a little weirder than it was intended. But I got to just empty the tanks and just beat the shit out of each other, fucking, and so it was definitely the toughest fight, both physically and mentally.
Yeah, I was going to say that's got to be pretty emotional going out there and amount of pressure and everything else. You're out there repping your dad and shit, and you're trying to stay focused for the fight and win it for him. I would assume. And
yeah, I remember.
Fucking Mission Accomplished has a list out here. They call it their Knucklemania 4 wish list. I actually really like it, man. I was looking at it and I was thinking, I was like, it's missing a few key fights in it, and I'd like to see Knucklemania because I think for me as a bare knuckle fan and a person who covers the sport, I look at Knucklemania as kind of like the night of champions. You know, I want to see all the champions get their fucking shine, their glory, and their chance to put their title on the fucking line. Literally, to toe the line. But you know, they kind of use it as their celebrity night, I feel like. So their wish list has turned into and this is from Mission Accomplished. Shout out to those guys.
Yeah.
Perry Pettis to headline it, which would be, you know, a fucking banger in itself. But again, I would like to see Perry and Mundell, and I think that'd be a cooler fucking Knucklemania in my eyes. And Faria Cyborg. Now that's a fight that I fucking really, really want to fucking see. You know what I mean? And if it comes down to it, who do you got? The champion, the current champion Faria, or the newcomer Cyborg?
Like I you know, she's been down to the gym. Like I know what kind of dog she is. She's one of the toughest, like mentally tough fighters that I know. So I gotta go with Christine. Freaking, like, you know, she's a friend. She's a dog. Freaking, and I think, like, you know, like Cyborg's big and nasty. But I think like the big advantage she has is, like, you know, Christine's been there freaking, you know, for a long time in Knucklemania. So I think like in BKFC. So I think she can surprise Cyborg, yeah, with just the intensity and and just the different animal that bare knuckle boxing is. So I think she can kind of shock her, like, you know, like
I think Faria's fucking overwhelming fucking pressure will shock anyone, really, man.
Yeah, like she hits hard.
Yeah, she's a beast, man.
But I think both of them ladies would hit hard.
So, yeah, Cyborg ain't gonna fuck around either, man. You can't take nothing from her, man. And she accepts all challenges. I mean, that's one thing about Chris Cyborg, man, is that she's willing to fucking bang with anyone.
Yeah.
The another one is that they put on there was Kai Stewart and Dillashaw as like the feature fight, and I fucking really find that interesting myself.
Has TJ Dillashaw showed that he wants to fucking fight bare knuckle?
Could you imagine?
That'd be crazy, right?
I don't know if he has. I used to train out there, all those alpha male boys, you know, but a lot of them like got that dog in them, and, like, you know, they do well freaking in BKFC. You know, I wonder who would like, you know, for a while, hell, it looked like Cody might be coming over.
That would be fucking really rad, dude.
I bet he might.
Yeah.
Yeah, like,
so
because I know they were talking that he just renewed his deal, like, you know, because he was unhappy with the UFC for a little bit, but I know he just renewed his deal with them. But maybe after this next one,
a three fight deal.
I don't know the terms of it, but I know he just re-signed because he's on that UFC 300 card.
Oh shit!
Yeah. Here's a fun one. You know, is more of a goofy one on their wish list that it could be fun to see. Blueface, a rapper, versus, you know, the man who bought in Bryce Hall.
Like, hey, you know, you got to give Bryce, like, you know, some respect, you know, just because he's the first one that's been willing to actually get in there and do bare knucks.
Fuck yeah! Look at him go, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he performed differently than we expected because, you know, I think that I think he has wrestling experience behind him, so he made a shoot on G.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, it looked good, man. I thought it was an entertaining fight. But you can't take nothing from Blueface either. Blueface banged. I mean, he used gloves, and I think that was,
you know, you know, you can tell he at least worked pretty hard to get ready for it. Like, because I remember I was at that event too.
Oh, were you?
Damn.
Yeah.
So have you made all Knucklemania so far? All three of them?
Was that on? No, that wasn't on a Knucklemania. That was on
Knucklemania 1.
It was on one. It was on, like, I think the BKFC Tampa card, because
for one of the big Florida cards.
Yeah, because Taylor was fighting what's her name?
Taylor?
What?
Did you say Taylor was fighting on that card?
BKFC 19.
Oh, BKFC 19.
Yeah.
Yeah. So did you open a gym after your kind of MMA career? And then like, how did that relationship or friendship between you and Taylor, like, how did you end up kind of cornering her and becoming a coach for her?
Well, I've had my gym. My gym's been open since 2011.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I started with one of my best friends at the time, one of my former trainers. She came into the gym. It was about 3.5 years ago. We were, we were formerly engaged, but we're still we're not anymore, but we're still on good terms. She still trains at the gym. She's still a great
You
friend.
guys were
Engaged to
together?
like to get married?
Yeah.
Oh shit. I didn't know that.
either,
Yeah.
bro.
Damn. Sorry, continue.
She
Yeah.
fucking blocked me,
Um,
dude. Because I found her one time.
But just kind of but we've been she's been training with me for about 3 years, 3.5
Damn.
years, something like that.
Nice. And then you just she ended up being her corner. I just thought it was nuts because I was watching those fights and I was like, oh, fuck, dude, there's Keith, bro. We're going to have him on in like a week, bro. What the fuck?
Yeah.
How do you think she performed this last fight against Jenny?
She did great. This was probably her, she was fighting in a new weight class. This was probably her, this was probably one of her best technical performances. This was probably one of her best times in camp, especially with the extra weight cut and stuff like that. She's she's still evolving a ton as a fighter. I think some people kind of got on her because when it wasn't like this Ngala fight where they're just beating the shit out of each other the whole time, but we were doing live scoring. That's more on Jenny than it is on her. If you're down three rounds and you don't come after come after the opponent, that's on you.
Well, and she was keeping her away perfectly with that jab.
She's Taylor was so much longer and taller than her. Yeah, why is she gonna enter? Why is she gonna come at Jenny and enter her box?
Well, and that's what I was just kind of talking. We just had Gabrielle Roman on just right before you, and I was talking with her about if she kind of feels a pressure, like as a woman, to try and have to go in there and bang because, I feel like not like they have so much more to prove, but yeah, just to put a show on to try and compete with what the men are doing. Because, it's so fucking annoying to me when people start booing male or female fights because they're out there just banging, and Taylor, was being smart about what she was doing and was fighting smart, and people were kind of booing, and it just is like, so
It's a bit.
This was like her best time in the corner. How she didn't fucking curse me out in between rounds at all. It was she did her job, and she fought a good fight. It was a good technical fight. Especially when we do live scoring, we know the score every in between every round.
When she was handling that pretty well. You can tell,
Fair
you know
point.
what I mean? Some nice combos thrown in there. She was getting in there, making some nice contact, and then backing out, and then keeping her away with that jab.
Mm-hmm.
Never in too long, to take a real shot. It seemed like.
Yeah, some of the people and that's the thing though. Everybody's always gonna talk shit, fucking win, lose. She went in there and banged and fucking and got fucking clipped with a shot. People are gonna call her a fucking bum. She went in there and put on the best fucking performance. She's gonna be, well, you fucking were fighting tomato cans and shit like that. Sometimes you can't win. There'll be even when there's, especially when you've got as big of a following as she's got. She's got 100,000 fucking followers. There's going to be at least 2,000 assholes in that 100,000.
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
And they're gonna be the loudest motherfuckers. Yeah,
It's because they hate themselves.
Yeah, I've never met anybody that's happy that goes out there and just starts fucking ragging on people that they don't even know.
Right.
That's
We're
not
doing
something
shit.
fucking happy people do.
Yeah, when they want to step in the ring.
Man, they're doing shit way crazier than those guys, those
Yeah,
people.
like
never
that's what
met.
the one thing that a lot of people don't realize. Everything in bare knuckle fucking hurts. It hurts to hit them, and it hurts to get hit.
Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's a good point, dude. Holy shit.
Yeah.
So we got a question here. Sean Strickland versus Jake Paul. Who do you got in a boxing match?
In a boxing match,
Yeah, because Jake Paul's supposed to be flying Sean down to Puerto Rico to fight or to spar. For
you know what? I'm gonna have to go with Strickland. Yeah, like because his style is very boxing heavy. Like, you know, he's got the
He's definitely a striker for sure.
and he's got that stiff fucking jab. Yeah, like if he would have like mixed it up a little bit more, like, you know, he would have won that last fight easy. Like, you know, he's got great wrestling too. Like, even if he would have like hinted at a couple of takedowns, you know, I think he just kind of got over reliant on that stiff jab. Like, but once he started, like, you know, sitting down on like the punches after it, like he had that like nice last round.
I think if he would have threw a few more leg kicks, he probably would have got more. You know,
Yeah.
would have pointed out.
Like, honestly, anything. Like
Pushing the envelope a little bit more.
Just a little bit harder.
Just like give him a couple other things to fucking worry about, like, you know, because like it worked for the first 2 rounds, but if that's all they've got to worry about, they're gonna like, yeah, any fighter with decent fight IQ is gonna make an adjustment. So now you got to give them something else to look at.
And then we got another comment here. Is Christine seriously going to spar Strickland? I guess we'll find out on Thursday, right?
That's really
That's supposed to happen.
that's just gonna be wild, bro.
He's like, let's see, hit Extreme Couture on Thursday. So
Yeah,
see how that
Strickland is a fucking animal. Yeah, I helped train Brian Battle, and I know he went down there and freaking was sparring and working with them, and he came back all knotted up.
All lumped up from fucking getting punched in the head.
Yeah, just light sparring day.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
We seen
With
some
good
like
old
sparring
Sean.
Sneeko the other day.
Yeah.
Oh,
Did
yeah.
you see that? See that video?
Yeah, I saw that video.
Shit is so crazy.
Man stayed on his feet at least.
Hey,
That's what I
Sneeko
said,
didn't go
man.
down,
That's what
bro,
I
and he
said.
ain't never even fought like
So did he,
that.
like we were saying, he snuck Sneeko?
Yeah,
did he?
Sneeko.
Did he run up behind him and hit him, or was he facing him? Or I haven't seen the
Oh,
videos.
it wasn't.
Oh, he's chasing him around a cage.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
okay.
He just started banging on him, dude, like inappropriately, dude. It
Damn.
wasn't like a fight. I mean, like it wasn't like a spar or anything.
No, it was like he was trying to drop
He's
him,
trying to
but
knock him
never
out,
fucking
dude,
got
yeah.
him.
Damn.
Sneeko just sitting there eating it. That was on.
Yeah, the
Shout out to
YouTuber,
Rumble.
dude.
That was on Sneeko's Rumble.
Damn, that's fucking crazy.
It was a goofy. It looked bad for Sean, dude. I was like, because
Yeah.
Sneeko didn't go down or nothing.
Well, he did look awfully concussed though.
He did look
He looked bad.
shell-shocked.
For sure, dude.
he
but,
looked kind of haggard. Like, and honestly, like all he really needed to do, if he would have threw one hard body shot, he would have folded him like a chair though.
Yeah, just fucking pounded his
I
ass.
mean, Sean didn't hold back all that
hard.
much either, man. He
Yeah,
got
He was cracking him.
That's
yeah.
fucking crazy.
He opened up on him for sure.
So I was telling Ty Lynn earlier, I kind of have a funny story of how we met you guys. We were down in BKFC for the Salt Lake fight, and my homie was getting his tires changed, and we were walking around the mall. And then I was like, it's fucking wild, bro. Just timing is everything sometimes. Like that mall, we just happened to be there. So we're walking around. I got my Kai Stewart Outcast sweater on, and I look over and I was like, damn, there's a couple Cowboys right there. And I happened to notice one of them was wearing a BKFC shirt. And it was just funny because I pointed, and it ended up being you. I pointed, I was like, oh shit, big fight tonight, huh? And you kind of like looked like just like, oh shit, someone else here knows BKFC. And you're just kind of like, yep. And then kept walking. And so we were walking around later on that night, and I was with my homie Jason that we were at the mall with in Thailand. And I was like, holy fuck, dude, that guy is a dude that we seen in the mall. And he's got a fucking championship belt on. What the fuck? Yeah, it was fucking wild, dude. It was just like, oh shit, coincidence.
And that's a whole different mall that we were all at, right? Like with Mission the Boys.
That's when you guys were, yeah, it's a different one. Yeah, because you guys were at the hotel with linking up
we
with
went and
Bryce
got
Hall.
some lunch and shit.
Yeah.
We kind of got a big night tonight. So we ran. This will be back-to-back episodes, right? And then tonight we follow up and we have a dope concert over at the Newberry. We're going to be seeing Paul Wall, Yin Yang Twins, and fucking PD Pablo. He also had a weird incident Jake did running into someone just incidentally.
Yeah. Yeah, I was at my favorite coffee shop with my wife here in town, and the chick at the front was like, "Oh, do you guys have any fun plans?" While we were cashing out and shit. And I was like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna go fucking see PD Pablo, Yin Yang Twins, and Paul Wall." And she's like, "Oh, that's cool." Da da da. So I feel someone tap on my shoulder. He's like, "Did you say you're going to that concert tonight?" I was like, "Hell yeah, I'm going to that." And he's like, "Oh shit, well I'm PD Pablo." And fucking. So we chopped it up for a minute, and I asked him, hopefully we're going to be able to do a post-concert little interview with him. He said he'd be down to do it. So we're going to put his ass on the spot, PD.
Did you offer him Christian?
Yeah.
Well, I just wait. I thought I'd wait to let him see him, and that'll sweeten up.
no,
That'll sweeten the
no.
deal in person, dude.
No.
He'll be like,
You know Christian when you need him.
hey, yeah.
Like give him some Carolina love for me.
Hell yeah, I will for sure, man. I was excited. I was like, I got the North Carolina shirt on lock, ready to spin that motherfucker.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Keith, man. So like, how does it feel being a champion? Because where do you come? Like, you come from a smaller town. Like, is your hometown just fucking proud or what, man?
Yeah, it's definitely feels like different. Like I said, like now I don't have to call anybody out, which has never been my big thing. Everybody's shouting my name after their post fight interviews and stuff like that. My town, like I live in Rock Hill right now. I graduated from York, South Carolina. They're not huge towns, and I've always been known as like the fighter guy in town. And it's nice to finally get as much appreciation for like how much I put into this sport. I've been fighting in one way, shape, or form practically my whole teenage and adult life.
You kind of get used to the noise then.
Yeah, a little bit, but now at least people kind of give me at least there's a little bit more respect on my name, I guess.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, because most of my MMA career, a lot of people knew me as one of the best fighters in one of the best fighters in the Southeast that's not fighting for the UFC.
Yeah, sure. No, you're definitely your resume speaks for itself.
Yeah.
You're highly accredited. I think that the belt, it's cool that you got your belt finally. You know what I mean? You've earned your way up truly the hard way. And you're giving your hometown something to be proud of. We're from small town Montana, so we get to see what a star feels like when they get it, when your city finally gets a star,
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody from Fayetteville said, "Hey, we got big face knuckle up." He said, "Fayetteville here, hey." That's to you.
We're getting close to our hour here. I wanted to give you an opportunity to shout out anyone that you had that's in your corner, anyone that's sponsoring you, and call out whoever the fuck you want. I know you're the champ.
Now's
You don't
your
got
time,
to, but
champ.
who do you want to see lined up toe to toe, toeing the line against you?
Who you ready to knuckle up?
I just want to thank all my team over at Modern Warrior MMA. I got one of the best group of special needs killers around. They're all a bunch of idiots, and they're all ride or die. I've got some great up and coming fighters that I know you guys are going to be seeing soon. All the other coaches at my gym, Duke, Joe, Devin. I've got great people around me. That's why I'm able to do what I've done. As far as calling out you guys can keep saying my name. They're I ain't hiding. I ain't ducking anybody. As soon as they know they know that as soon as they put a contract in front of me, the name doesn't really matter. The dollar sign does. And then I'm signing.
Sure.
You know, I try not to pay too much attention to these guys until their name's on a contract. You know, that's why I'm the underpaid assassin too. Fucking, yeah.
Humble champion.
Oh yeah.
Unger says his name's Eminem.
Eminem.
What he said?
So you should
Was
say
that-
my name, Eminem.
Say my name, Eminem.
Get it? But then I made it as a joke because that's fucking funny.
Before we exit out of here, we need to line up our sponsors. Jake, why don't you lead us?
Oh, you know which ones I'm gonna start with.
No, you gotta do it. Switch
Now
it.
switch it up.
Okay.
You're now doing Dustin Young and Company.
Okay, no, you know what? I'm going to start with the Halftime Sports Bar. You want to go watch a little bit of that basketball hoop stuff, maybe some football gaming, some other shit. Get over there, have a beer, have a taco, maybe have a burger, throw a 20 in the machines, get going. It's awesome.
Don't forget they're showing the Super Bowl.
Oh yeah, Super Bowl party, and they got a good board. It's a good place to go get all. They got a bunch of TVs, so you can go watch get all your gaming and gambling needs and eating needs all in one.
Did you mention gambling? Why don't you go to the Emerald City Casino? They got multiple locations in town. Emerald City, the gambling spot.
20 past 4, your one-stop vape and head shop, and they bring you the best quality of vapes and your glassware for your smoking needs. Make sure you stop at one of their conveniently located spots. We have 5 of them now, 4 in Montana, 1 in Billings, 2 in Great Falls, 1 in Helena, and then we got 1 in Arizona for Prescott.
Sunny Prescott.
Yeah, and how about a little shout out to the people at Bucked Up Essentials Energy Drink and Supplements. Awesome company. I've been using their products recently and been seeing some nice results from it between the protein powder and the pre-workout and everything like that. So keep following my journey on that and go check out Bucked Up. Promo code is weekly to get 20% off at discount.
Yes, sir.
Weekly at checkout. If you follow our store link, you will already have it applied. Thank you. And shout out to the boys at Beard, Wisconsin, baby. You need some small batch beard oil, you know who to go to. The boys at Beard, Wisconsin. Tyler, go.
I got one more we haven't got to say, but I want to say thank you to those people over at Mystic Rhythms Tattoo and Heartbreaker as well, because Tyler and Juan and Travis laid down some ink on us just recently, and they look great. Thank you, guys.
Shout out.
Shout out to Donnybrook. We got some fresh duds from them. We'll be rocking here soon. So you go check them out if you need some gear.
And that man, the guy, Kyle Hudson at Hudson's Trash Removal. You need something tooketh, he'll take it. And he won't regret it, baby.
And also,
That means Kyle Hudson Trash Removal.
to those great people, they call themselves the premier team over at Dustin Young, Amber, Audrey, and Paul. Shout out to you guys. You guys are changing the real estate game.
Native grown for the best dope that you're trying to smoke. Check them out.
Yep. And with that,
Your aunt.
the Amigo Lounge.
And Auntie Jamie St. Mark. Shout out to her contributions to the show. She's always been there and always has been. So shout out to our auntie.
All right. With that, we're going to say thank you to Keith for coming on.
Make sure you stay on, Keith.
And with that, we are the Weekly Bus.
Hey, peace
All right,
out.
Keith, just hang with us.